Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of We Talking Facts, the realest podcast in the world. You did. By this time, you already know who we is. I don't think it's no need to reintroduce ourselves. So we're gonna get right into it.
See what y'all exposed, nigga in here, bro.
Just put your hood on.
Y'all keep my shit on, right?
If y'all can see this carpet and zoom in on his head, shit look the same. The exact same.
Hey, but shoot, we're gonna start with the Twitter topic of the day. As y'all know, I know y'all done seen that video with the old girl in the Uber. 3 girls, they was, you feel me? I think the Ubers, she said something like the Uber driver tried to threaten to put them out. And she like kind of snatched his phone, started coughing on dude.
They wasn't wearing their mask.
No, so what happened was, I did my background research on Twitter today. She didn't like the fact that the Uber was about to drop them off in the hood. And
it's no hood.
For a second, I almost was like, okay, I understand why you would be afraid. But then the hood she's talking about ain't even the hood.
Where was it?
You know Temporary?
No.
You know what Temporary is?
No, it wasn't Temporary.
It was right by Temporary.
No,
it's over there by Big Five.
It wasn't right, nah.
It's by the Big Five.
So it was in the city.
She was getting dropped off at Hunters Point. If anybody know what Hunters Point is, the San Bruno Ave is right there, right by the gas station.
Come on now.
She wasn't
the picture they showed was over there by Big Five. They was over there by Big Five and the little shit.
That bitch was right there by the point. That bitch was
some context behind this
She
girl.
wasn't nowhere. The bitch could have walked 300 steps and been
Even
off
then,
that
though, it's still broad daylight. Like, what's really going on?
But it was all over her mask. That's what they had said. They didn't want to wear
shit.
that
All
mask.
she could have did was put her stupid ass mask on, bro. Sat back and went to her destination.
And the crazy thing is, as I was doing my research,
Or I could have got out the fucking gas station.
she over there talking about he lucky I ain't had that thing on me, whatever. I'm like, bro, look, you coughed on him. You lucky he ain't socked you with a motherfucking face. I'm sorry. I don't care about what you saying.
Nah, she killed me when she said her boyfriend told me this or whatever she said.
Man, you cough on me, it's a problem, bro. Especially in these times, bro. No.
That's retarded, bro. But then again, bro, these times, it actually is a lot of people going missing.
It is.
Especially these last couple of weeks.
And it's not even like it's, usually when you see the missing things though, it be like across the world. It's been like a lot of like back home type shit like in the day. Like I ain't never seen it like that for real. But like, why do you think that is? Like, why do you think what's going on to the point where it's like a lot of missing people, missing females or whatever the case may be?
I think that sex trafficking shit crazy because they just said they caught like 4 people who was doing that sex trafficking shit in the Bay. I seen that shit on the news. So I guess it's been going crazy right now. A lot of people are getting kidnapped. And out here in Sac, I done heard of a few stories of situations that was, you feel me, sideways where a van pulled up or something or some shit like that. It's just, that shit not cool.
Is this,
To be honest, like,
is this something like?
I think it's a topic people don't really want to talk about, bro. Some of these girls is just running away, bro. To be honest with you, bro, but we can't. It's not like we can't jump to that conclusion right away because it's like you're not caring about the person. But then again, in the end, some cases come back like they just ran away.
Okay,
You know what I mean? Like, so
I agree with you.
how do you go like about when you come across those stories? How are you supposed to feel? Are you supposed to think, okay? Of course you're supposed to. You're supposed to, of course, think like, I hope this person, if they is in trouble, I hope they get back safe. But knowing so many girls is just running away for their boyfriends or trying to be fast, how do you get that thought out of your head when you read the story? You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying,
Right.
but in the same sense, our generation is like, it's kind of got fucked up in the sense of we grew up to the point to where it was like, don't talk to strangers, but now all we doing is talking to strangers. We hopping in the car or Uber or Lyft with a stranger. Everything is involved with a stranger. Your DoorDash person is now a stranger. So everything is, we just dealing with a stranger. So in that sense, it's like, I get what you're saying. If you actually dug deep and found some shit out to where it's like, oh, okay, this is really what's going on. But to everybody else's mind, it's like anything really could have happened, especially when it's in terms of a female. But then again, I seen, I don't know where bro is from. He's like, 15, 16. His family's still looking for him. From Richmond, yeah. So it's like, it is a whole bunch of shit like that going on to where people is coming up missing. And I hope y'all find your way back home and we find the reason as to why y'all left or whatever the case may be. But in some senses, we are just everybody just interacting with strangers. That's really the problem.
But what can we? Is there anything like people can do to like prevent that? Because like I got a little sister, for example. You feel me? And I don't know. I think that's like one of the worst fears nowadays. Because like it be so much going on. Like it could be to the point where it's like you could put your sister on game, but it don't even be up to them at some point. Sometimes like it be out of their control, and it's like. You feel me?
See,
like,
I think the only thing you can do is just teach your kids or teach your siblings or cousins, you feel me, to just, or hopefully teach them what you was taught. You know, don't speak to strangers, go in groups, go straight home, lock the door.
It's beyond that though.
But at the end of the day, you're not with them. At the end of the day, it's their brain, their impulse, you know what I mean? They make the decision. So you could be taught everything and still, I know I've been taught a whole bunch of shit and still make the wrong choice. Even though I knew that was the wrong choice, I still made it. You know what I mean? So it's understanding that, of course, everybody's gonna experiment, but it's experimenting with the right stuff.
But then it's beyond
right
that because you hear stories of people, girls that's in the parking lot or something.
Exactly.
Somebody kidnapped them, throw them in the car. Like
That's
it's really
that's
situations where you really can't do shit
So
about it.
should we be teaching like our kids or our siblings or whatever the case may be? Should we be teaching them how to use a weapon, like
I say you do, bro.
like whether
And
they
this
should
is
arm,
and this is a controversial topic because they feel like black people, you're not supposed to teach your kid that. But why? And I don't, you know, I don't. This is not a race thing, but you know, in other races, you see with like white people and other people and hunting people, their kids is learning. They know how to shoot a gun at 6, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot rifles and killing deers at 6. But if we was to teach our kid how to shoot a gun, they think it's to kill somebody. But it's really because it's the same thing, bro. A universal of you just want to feel protected, bro. And I feel like that's what black people lack at. We're not teaching our kids. We teach them to fight, but not really. You know what I mean? Like
Real life situations,
bro. Like how to pick something out with your eyes, pick something out that don't look right, don't feel right. You don't teach people that. You just teach them how to fight your way out of stuff, bro. But it's more than that. You know what I mean?
No, you can't really trust. Everybody is human, bro. I think about it like this: we imperfectly perfect humans.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Perfectly perfect. I don't know where you was going with that, but I feel like
you can't trust everybody. Is what I'm saying. It's like everybody seem cool, but it's like you watch these shows and it's like
that's what I was saying earlier. Yeah.
That motherfucker really could be a serial killer that you really standing in front of in line. I know that's really absurd to think about, but it's like it's real life shit. So you hop in an Uber and then you feel me? I don't know this motherfucker. Go back to what you was taught as a kid. Don't talk to strangers, but that's really what we doing.
And it's even worse, bro, because it's so many people that's missing, bro. I was just watching this documentary on Humboldt about the weed, but I didn't even know Humboldt is really not known for like weed for real. It's known for all the people that's getting killed for the weed and missing and stuff. I never knew that, bro. And what's worse is you can't expect. Like I feel like. When people go missing, bro, you feel like the cops are supposed to do their job. You know what I mean? But in reality, it's like they got so many people, and it's like the real investigators are your family members, and I feel like that's what makes things so much harder, bro.
Then the whole conversation changed when you black too. They're not gonna go out that way to go looking for a black kid. It's like another. You know, just another story or another headline. It's like we'll get to it whenever we get there. You know what I'm saying?
I think that was the hardest part about watching that dude from Richmond. I seen his family, like his mom was really like distraught. I don't know if that was the mom, grandma, his whole family. Like I think it was like maybe his sister or something that really had to speak just for them because they couldn't even process what was really going on. That's really what made me feel for him. It's like, bro, what the hell is going on? Like, because I know me personally, bro. Like when we used to kick it, it's like. I had to let somebody know. I had to let my mom know. And if I didn't tell her where I was at, I wasn't answering the phone, I know somebody getting the call. And that's through and through for everybody.
Then that conversation is brought up. Because I know me personally, me and you and Shamir, if we didn't tell our parents, and Joanne, you know, our friend is here too, in the back though. If you didn't know, if our parents didn't know who we was, they had a pretty good clue, you know what I mean? And now with this generation, the kids is so sneaky. Sometimes their parents don't even know what you're doing half of the time, right? So it's even harder to know where your kid might be. You know what I mean? It's a
sticky situation, bro.
Exactly. So you know what I mean? You gotta really just teach, especially our black queens and black little kids and kings. You gotta be safe, bro. You know, you gotta always look at your surroundings. Always.
Why do you just kind of like trying to relay it back to? It don't necessarily relate to this topic, but like it relates back to like the black community. Why do you think it's like it's a continued cycle for like the black community? Like when it comes to like violence or whatever the case may be, is because like we're more so like a product of our environment, or like is it the way like our parents are teaching like this generation? What's
You
like
know what it
what's
is,
the
bro?
real
It's a
problem?
product. It's a product of the environment, bro, and that's just straight up.
You grow up in
And
the
you
hood,
could
bro.
look, bro. You could have any people put in projects and hoods. It don't matter if you black, white, Mexican. The same result is gonna happen if you put people in an area with no income. The schools is bad because the schools is based off of public schools is based off of the income of the area. You know, the same thing is gonna happen. Crime is gonna happen. It's just it don't matter. The same thing happened in white communities. It just don't happen as much. You see white kids caught up in the hood and all of that. It's a product of your environment.
But then
bro.
it go a little bit deeper. It go deeper because when you just said the white kids is getting caught up in the hood, they don't get caught up in the hood because they live it. They get caught up in the hood because it's somebody giving them that type of image. You know what I mean? So for the kids in the hood, I don't really think it's because they stuck in the hood. It's the hood heroes that's still doing the same shit.
Exactly.
That's your
environment.
They big homies, they up
Yeah.
100 and still doing the same.
But that's my thing,
same
though.
bipping and all that.
That's
So
your
it's-
environment, bro.
It's your environment, but it's more of who you're looking up to. It's not really your, you know what I mean? It's your surroundings, of course, but it's who you going to for that. Who? What do I want to be when I get older? You know what I mean?
So say the question.
It's
again.
like
Basically, what I'm trying to figure out is like why is it the same cycle with like the black community and like our children? Like we see like our one generation is involved in violence, criminal activity, whatever the case may be, and it's the same thing for the next generation. And I'm just trying to figure out like what is the cause of that? Is it because of the environment? You know, our parenting, like, or
It's
is
a
it like
lot
a
of real
combination of all? Like, what is it?
Everything is focused on us. So when black people do something wrong, then they automatically labeled as something. But then again, it's only we gonna be the first person in the news, but we not out here shooting up a school. So I don't like that part right there. Cause when I say we imperfect, perfect human, everybody do that shit. Everybody got a trigger. Everybody, you get what I'm saying? So white people do the same shit.
But we can't just be biased because even though we not shooting up schools, statistics show we shooting up our own streets.
Our
You know
murder
what I mean?
rates is higher.
Okay, but then they only gonna go into that vicinity.
Exactly.
So yeah, in that vicinity, yeah, it's the product of your environment. I get that, but we not the only motherfuckers killing people.
Nah,
we not the
but- so
only
you gotta look, bro.
motherfuckers doing.
Wait, you gotta look though. Our rate for doing it is higher than any other race.
Well, if you
I
put the
think-
shit
I think
there,
what,
though.
I think what he's saying is though the media doesn't even try to like focus on.
I get that.
the white, you know, that side.
Yeah, I get that.
So let's not even put the focus on that. Like, let's not even channel it to our demographic. It's other motherfuckers that still do this shit. So why are y'all so just because the color of our skin and we doing it? You get what I'm saying? Yes, that's the reason.
Okay.
But we not the only
But
motherfuckers
outside
that's
of
doing
that,
it.
just for ourselves, just for our community, I don't give a fuck what the media is saying. I don't care. We need to look internally at ourselves and see what's wrong with our community.
And there,
You know?
I'm
So-
gonna jump into that. When you say we gotta look at ourselves, bro, we don't keep it real, bro. We so worried about this stigma that's around us, bro. We feel like we can't get inside the doors that's really open, bro. Every door is open for a black person, bro. But everybody is so worried about how we've been labeled as the past. You supposed to live your life, bro. You are a whole different person. I understand the past affects us every day. I understand that. But at the end of the day, these doors that you think is closed, they're not closed.
They
Like,
not. They
you
not
can still,
closed.
you know what I mean?
I get
if
that.
you apply yourself and do the research, bro.
We gotta work
One
2 times
one
harder.
thing we don't do as a race is research.
But look, bro.
We jump to conclusions because we've been through so much. We're programmed off emotion, bro, and that's just true. We're not programmed off thinking with our mental all the time. We programmed thinking off with emotion because that's what we feel, bro, from everybody. It's some type of emotional strain, anything, bro. It's all emotion with us.
Okay, I get that we all got the same opportunity. Like the doors is all open. I agree with that. anybody can make it out the hood. You feel me? But that's not the point. The point is we don't all start off with the same toolkit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Some people start off with more shit than others, and unfortunately, the black community, a lot of us don't start off with shit to get there. So a certain group of people have an advantage. So that's the problem
at the end of the day,
that we run into is a group of people don't really have the tools to get there. Now, I'm not saying, just because you don't got the tools, you can't do it. It's just gonna be harder. Like I said, you got the community or role models. You don't got standard role. You either got athletes or you got niggas in the hood that made it. You feel me? Selling drugs or whatever. You feel me? Doing street shit. So you got those two options to look up to. Your school system is shit. You feel me?
But
a lot of times, a lot of people in the black community, they will be first generation college students. So they don't got people to look up to who, you feel me, been through the college route. They don't have people to talk to. And they worried about putting food on the table.
And, I was about to say, and on top of that, it's like, what I've noticed with black kids too, we quick to listen to somebody with some money. If they don't got no money in your face or don't got nothing going on, they not going to listen to them. So they going to listen to the dope boys on the corner that's getting that fast dollar, you feel me?
Because they got to worry about food.
Right, you got to keep putting food on the table and providing for your family. So I think it's hard even when we do have those examples, it's like, they not doing enough. They don't have the ideal dream that young boy on the corner want to have.
And the way society's set up right now is, to make it big, it takes time. Everything take time. And niggas don't got time to be sitting around going to school. You got to grind out school, go in debt. Or if you're not doing that, you got to go work 40 hours a week, come home tired as fuck. While you feel me, you walk outside, you see niggas with bands.
Yep.
Okay, but
you feel me, chilling.
But you see niggas with bands, bipping, and doing the same shit you doing broke, which is why you feel like you don't need to do nothing.
And at the same time, bro,
it start with you.
It start with a mindset.
It start with realizing, bro. I'm sorry. It start with realizing, bro. Look, you can say we got the short end of the stick. We already know that. And when you're born, you're that's gonna be instilled to you. So when you know that, why do you? The real question is, why are we still making the wrong choices, understanding we got the short end of the stick?
Because I'm not about to sit here and say
we still make the wrong choices, knowing it's no win for us. So that's the real question. Why?
Because you don't got nothing to lose.
Nah, but that's the
You
same.
already have
the truth is, bro,
there's some people that have to, and there's some people that don't have. Like, not even saying that they have. They're not even saying that they don't have to, but it's like they overcame that. Like a lot of the success stories that they look up to, they overcame that and they did something positive. They know their situation and they did something.
Everybody is like that though. You can't expect.
I'm not saying that. You feel me? But it's ways you really can. I'm saying there's some people who have an unfortunate circumstances or fall into an unfortunate situation.
It's possible. We all understand that it's possible, and a small group of people are going to be able to.
But it should be more than we hold everybody to a standard. Like this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, bro. It's like. Stop quitting. Like you chose this. Like at some senses you chose it. And so for some people they had no option, but for some people they literally was like
they chose it.
They chose to do better. They definitely.
But in the white community, look, them people they go back to their community. They bring back jobs. They bring up that you feel me. They work together. In our community, people get their bag and they get the fuck out.
We bring back jobs.
You feel me?
But this not job.
How many people do you know come back to their hood, open up some stores, or you feel me?
When they get that type of money, though, how many? You know how long it take you to get that kind of money to help everybody?
How many athletes and musicians who are figureheads in the black community go back to their hood and buy up stores, buy up property to have the people in their hood work at? Nobody do that.
That's another question.
But this is just something new that's happening. Okay, yes, we're all. Because we kill our own success. Like I'm not
Wall Street was a thing, right?
But
Black Wall Street was a real thing. A real thing in multiple places. It just wasn't in one. Black Wall Street was a thing with criminals. Black Wall Street was a thing with business people. Like they was all a part of it. It wasn't just business people. So why do we feel like that's not a thing anymore? I feel like black people. This might sound bad to the viewers, but I feel like black people need to start holding themselves to the levels of other races. Not really, but we get born and we feel like, okay, we need to live like we can only live on the level of being a black person. No, bro. I feel like we should start teaching kids, like, you see that something that Chinese person got, that white person got, Indian person, live like him, want to live like him, you know what I mean? Live your life like him, not live your life like him, but carry yourself like the people that they say you don't, basically, you know what I mean? And we feel like we gotta carry ourselves like black people. What is carrying yourself like a black person?
Because we
the
drink
difference.
the KoolAid,
You know what I
bro.
mean?
And the differences between all of that you said, like going back to Black Wall Street and those different other cultures, when we had Black Wall Street, we were spending money in our community.
Thank you.
All of our money now we give to these white people. We glorify their brands and everything they do. We spend
We
we
keep
spend
it.
back in their stuff. When the dollar needs to be flowing back in our community, that'd be the
But that's
problem.
so like-
Even
Go
like
back to your hood, buy up your stores, you feel me? Like Nipsey was doing that. He was going back to his hood, he opened up a whole store, he was trying to buy out the supermarket, he was expanding, that's the goal.
Okay,
And
but
to be honest, this ain't a recent thing where black people been looking at, this happened in the 80s and the 70s, back when, you feel me, the war on drugs and how we was super predators, black people, we drank the KoolAid and we started believing that that's what we was, and we bought into it. We
That's
thought
what I'm
we
saying.
was super predators.
And we're still
We-
like that.
Exactly. We bought into the
That's the
music
issue.
that we started releasing about the struggles that we go through. Now we glorify it. We bought into all of that, so now that's our standard that we hold ourselves to that he was talking about.
It's not
It's
even.
a standard that was set up by white people for us, and we bought into it, and now we hold ourselves to that standard. If you black and you not about that life, oh, you a bitch. You not really
Exactly.
black. If you black, you feel me, you ain't from the hood, oh, you a bitch. You feel me?
And,
Yeah,
and that's
that's
why
what-
we see so many of these kids getting knocked down 17, bro, 16. How's you getting killed at 17, 16, bro? Because you think the streets is finna take you to the, you feel me? No, it ain't nothing in the streets for real. Unless you that nigga in your section, you not doing nothing, bro.
It's-
You finna
And
start
even
off as a
if you
crash
is, gonna
dummy.
end up bad
You
in the
finna
end.
sell a couple P's and probably go to jail 5 times. Now you got a record. You can't do shit with a record.
Now
You can't. You probably
now
can't.
you're trying to start your rap.
Nobody
career.
gonna want to sell you a house with a record, guarantee you that, unless you got a bag. Unless you got a real bag, bruh. A real bag behind you. And half of the time, you go to jail a couple times, you don't want to do shit no more.
So how they supposed to get their bag? How they supposed to get their money?
Understanding that the doors are open in every...
How they gonna
That's
do
the
that? How they
question.
gonna do that when they not educated? So therefore,
That's the question.
We're not educated because at the end
Nobody's
of the day,
telling-
bro, no. It's no... forget
He
nobody
talking
telling
about
you, bro.
putting
But, okay,
money back into. But if you don't know
it's
how
like this,
to,
bro.
and
It's
the
like
only
this.
person you can look up to,
Look, I'm not talking about the people who is in it right now. I'm not telling them, go put your money, you need money to eat. I'm talking about people who done made it, who out,
okay.
going back into their communities and helping it out.
So-
and the reason why I say that is because public school funding is based off of the city that it's in. Depending how much money your city got is going to allocate how much money the school gets. So that's the goal. You educate people by putting more money back in the city so more money can go into the school system. That's how you fix it.
that's fine. I get that. But if they looking up to this person, and they schools ain't telling them this, or you just said all they have to look up is to this person that really ain't did shit for the community. All they did was they got from this point to here. That's the problem. That's how the cycle continues.
That's why it takes,
We don't have any leaders.
That's
That's
why
the problem.
those
We don't
few-
have MLK.
That's
We
That's
don't
why
got
those
Malcolm
few
X.
people.
Let's clarify
We
this.
don't
Let's
have
clarify
it.
this.
So
Let's
therefore,
clarify
it's
this.
gonna keep going.
I'm
It's,
gonna
I'm
clarify
I
something
apologize.
because-
That's it.
because-
Until we actually hold ourselves to a standard, till we not just like, bro, this is our situation. It's gonna keep being like this. No, bro. Like,
The leaders we got who got power is athletes or celebrities.
Right.
And those people who are in those positions not using their power to help out their community.
okay, so
But
who your
see,
leader?
That's the truth.
Who your leader?
It's
That's
not
the truth. You
only,
got all
it's
these-
not
No, but
only
who is your
athletes,
leader? Like,
though.
who do you look up to? As a black man, who you look up to?
I don't really have nobody specific I look up to.
For real? Who you look up to?
It's nobody who
No,
I look up
icon,
to.
really. I mean, I would have to say the corner, like my parents, but like,
Yeah, it's no.
Nope.
but nobody like really.
You ain't got nobody you really
See,
look up to?
This is okay. I'm gonna answer the question, but with explanation.
Sincerely?
Nobody, but I do. But the way I was taught was you take things from everybody, bro. I've been taking things from everybody. People I watch lives on, bro. I take bits and games from everybody in the comments. I just take game from everybody, so I don't really have just one person I look up to. Because everybody has knowledge,
information
bro.
That they
you
can
know what I mean?
That
So that's when I go back to making sure you got to teach your kids the real shit, bro. Be aware. Because when you're aware of your surroundings, you're aware of somebody who got knowledge and somebody who don't got knowledge, bro. And that's the truth.
All I think is all you got to do is these kids, you know, they don't value the things that is going to get you out the hood. Realistically, they value rapping or drugs.
They value what's going to make you look good in the hood because that's where they are right now. So they want to look good in where they are.
And you got to think from a teenage mind. If you're a teenager,
I don't blame them because we was out that way, bro.
You can't think that far in the future. You can't think 5-10 years in the future, which is what it's gonna take to, you know, get a degree and graduate and all. And even then, as a black person, I'm gonna be real. You can get a degree and still be struggling, and that's the truth. Okay. So you know, it take time, and that's what a lot of people don't have. They just don't have the time to sit back and study, go to school. They leave school, they get in fights, niggas trying to jump them. Oh, where you from? You feel me? Then they go home, ain't no food. Then they gotta wake up and go to school the next day.
Thing on your mind.
Like, yeah, that's the last shit on your mind. You're not worried about that. You feel me? So,
but then
that circumstance.
That's where I kind of play the devil's advocate, because at some point you get to the age, regardless of if you being taught or not, this is wrong. You know what I mean? I'm not supposed to live like this. Niggas is not supposed to be running up on me, even if you in the shit or not in the shit. You know what I mean? Niggas at 16, 17 is not supposed to be running up on you trying to kill you, bro.
It feel like you got no way out, though, in that situation.
Exactly. You feel like that, but at the end of the day, it's just that wall you got to break down, bro. It's the mindset. It's feeling like you a victim, bro. Black people always feel like they're a victim. They feel like they're a victim to the.
And I'm gonna be real, they are. You
are
a victim.
But we're a victim who has the ability to escape, bro. But we don't want to. Or we just feel comfortable, bro.
You're not a victim.
You know what I mean? And we beat ourselves up because, you know, a topic we're gonna get into next is how our black females, you know, they come across a white man and it's accepted by the community. But if we was to date a white woman, it's not accepted. You know what I mean? And them type of things is also a reason to why we stuck in this cycle, bro. We just it's just, you know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff internally in the race that is wrong, but we don't realize it, bro.
Yeah, but this stuff that's wrong with our race is not our fault. I think that's the part where you was talking about victimizing and all of that.
But then
it's a long history breaking up the black family unit with drugs and all of that, redlining. You could go through a whole history of things that white people did to black people that put us in this situation. Now that don't mean that we need to stay in that situation.
Exactly. We know wrong from right now. So clearly, you're in 2021. We know the way people in probably really everywhere, but mostly the southern states, we know that shit is wrong, bro. The way people carry themselves out there, that shit is wrong. So we know right from wrong. It's just how do we decipher when we're gonna act on being right? You know what I mean? I really think that's what it is. So getting into that next topic, though, how do you feel when a black female, you know, you come across a white female and she tell you, or you come across a black female and, you know, she find out that you mess with a white female, she clown you, but then she dated a white dude and that was accepted by everybody. How do you feel about that?
It's hypocritical to me. I only say this because, like, I mean, I've been raised around women, so from a kid, it's been like, don't bring no white women.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But then it's like, I also got pressed. Not pressed, but like, you know, I was talking to some black women, they was like, yeah, you mess with a white man, ooh, ooh. But it's like, they had turned around. I just seen on Twitter, it was like, I want a white boy with black boy swag or some shit like that. And it's like, well then, I'm gonna go for Becky with the fat ass and the weave in her hair. That's you know what I'm saying? But it's hypothetical. I ain't saying that's for real. But you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like it's hypocritical, bro. It's a double standard.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm not one of them people who like who be like, look, you can't.
You
know what I'm saying?
I'm not one of the people who feel like you can't fuck with a certain person.
I'm joking, please understand.
As long as you genuinely love that person, I don't think there should be no restrictions on who you talk to or nothing. I think you should be able to talk to whoever you want. And
I came in the household. My mom was like, "Love who you want to love,"
and just
like, but she at the end of the day, she just wanted me to be happy.
Yeah, and just know if you getting into a relationship with an opposite race, what that brings, it's gonna be not in all cases, but in some cases, it's gonna be some baggage that come with that. You feel me? With either them not understanding the struggle that you go through, or the family being prejudiced, or something like that. But just understand that I don't have a problem with it as long as you know that that's the struggle that you finna go through. And you comfortable with dealing with that and handling it properly. Then that's, you feel me? That's on you.
How would y'all feel if y'all got with a different race than y'all and their family was prejudiced against you?
You know what?
Would you stay in that relationship?
I don't think it would work.
I'm not gonna say you know what, bro? I feel like I had experience, bro, but they wasn't really prejudiced against me. But I was told that their views what is basically prejudiced against me. You know what I mean? Like what they was believing in at that time was wrong. So like, I did feel a type of way, like, damn, bro, like, what if we was to down the road have kids, and you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that situation happened in our kid. How would your family feel? Like he was wrong or he was right for getting killed or something, like, you know what I mean? So I think it's like, you really gotta, that's what I always say, bro, you gotta really like a family for real, to really date somebody, bro. Cause a lot come with that, bro. Yeah. Especially if they're racist, like we're talking about, or prejudice, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the topic. Like, what if the parents don't, you feel me, they're not fucking with you? Like,
it depends on the situation. And that's in the prejudice situation.
How old are we?
Of age.
Cause look,
as of right now, like you know, fuck the age. You in love with this motherfucker right here. And her parents.
Nah, they ain't got a big. Cause look, if I'm
it ain't no age. It is no age on love.
Say I'm in my late 20s, almost 30. I meet a girl. You feel me? And her family.
You putting the time.
I don't give a fuck if you're.
Why are you putting the time? There ain't no time limit on love, bro. If you really in love with somebody, you see yourself being with them. Ain't nothing wrong with it, bro. Only thing is somebody. An outside factor, like I'll be talking about in the term, and yes, they closer than anybody else on social media, but still, if it ain't between y'all two,
and that's the situation with the prince and the queen is, I guess she was being prejudiced or something like that. They was treating her sideways because she thinks because she black. You feel me? Like that type of shit.
She had an obligation
to end the relationship.
I think if they stick up for you at that point, then it's like you gotta fight. You can fight through it, but then if it's like they not even like trying to like fight for you, then it's like I don't think it will work because then it's like they ain't never going.
But that's the relationship part. That's not that's the outside affecting the inside in terms of somebody not sticking up for the other. But it ain't the fact that they getting on her. It's the fact that he ain't defending her from them. You get what I'm saying? She ain't got a problem with the fact that they talking. It's the fact that you ain't saying nothing. That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think the problem is.
Yeah, and you know, children are not their parents. So parents can be racist and a kid cannot be. And that's possible. Racism, I believe, is taught. I don't think racism is something that's, you feel me, you just come out racist. Nah, it's something that's taught. Either you had a life experience multiple times over and over again with one specific group of people that makes you that way. Or, because you hear about white people growing up in the hood and they don't be racist to black people at all. They grew up around black people their whole life. So, you feel me, they dealing with the same struggle they are, that we are. So, you feel me, I think you don't have to be the way your parents are.
Let that bitch lie and be racist. I'm alright. More I just thought about that. I'm cool, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in that sense.
I'm cool because my kids.
Because I feel as if she is now racist in terms of what you just said.
Say you dating a white girl, bro. Like you know her mom could potentially slip up and call you the N-word. Like not even slip up. Like she really calling you that though.
I get that.
And now what situation you in?
But it's the same thing that he's saying though. If she was
now, if you want to fire her,
if her mom racist and she was raised by her mom, that only lead me to think You
She's
racist.
not racist though.
How you know? Because I could have swore Mom was racist until I
it
said
makes
some
you
shit.
question.
Yeah, I'm
It
a
make you
question.
question your relationship.
Like, why are you even with me? Like, what's the? Are
And-
you doing it to make her mad?
And I think that's the
Is
problem.
this what is going on
Trying to
here?
capture your ass.
Like is this
Trying to get 'em more.
I don't know
And
about
I think
that.
that's
I
the
don't know.
problem that people that black women got
Cool.
with black men ended being with white women. And the other thing they got is they think that if a black
cool,
man
bro.
get with a white woman, oh he weak or he weak, he can't handle a black
But
woman.
if I get with a white
Who-
woman, it's cause she did something to me. Sorry. Fuck. I mean, I like the broad. She
I
did
haven't
something.
met
She
that,
did
but
something
yeah.
the black girls couldn't do, the Mexican girls couldn't do, the Asian, the Filipino, the Indian, the whatever.
Why do we see so many? Not saying it's wrong, good or bad, but why do we see so many like athletes with like white women? Not saying
They in
it's
the
a good or bad
industry.
thing, but like.
And
What is-
I don't know. That's a
Then why women?
if I had an answer, I'd help you. I don't know.
You know why, bro? Because of the life and the industry they live in, they meet these white women, bro. And the type of white women they meet is really loyal, though. You know why? Because that's all the fuck they want is some money. So they wanted some money and wear the nigga jersey on Sunday.
Okay, but you got
But then what's that?
Wait, hold on,
road?
don't say
mean
that.
they go?
That's all the fuck they want, bro.
I'm not about
You
to
look
say.
at everybody,
I'm not
But
about to
you gonna
say that, bro.
I'm not
Because
about
I
to-
done seen somebody
I'm not
stick
about
with
to
somebody
say-
all the way from
I'm
the
not about
bottom.
to sit here and say that somebody that
Who?
ain't their own color ain't
Who?
gonna be there for the money
Who?
neither though.
I ain't
Like,
seen no NFL player, girlfriend that was with them when them niggas was weak.
Because they
Wait,
probably
hold
wasn't
up,
weak
hold
in
up.
high school.
They
Hold up,
Probably
first of all,
made
you
it
know
up.
the NBA, that nigga that just won the dunk contest.
You know why? Because they all got
Dude
one.
said it's cool.
Black little
I said you
thing.
deserve to win that dunk
That nigga
contest, my
square.
nigga.
That
I
nigga
don't
square.
care. He deserved to win
Yeah,
that
he
dunk
look like
square. You
contest.
seen that
Nigga, He
nigga?
had
He
me.
look
I
like
don't
square.
care. Good shit, my
Them niggas
nigga.
was holding his truck.
I didn't know you then, but I know you now. nigga. Good
That
shit,
dunk
my
was
nigga.
weak too, nigga.
That shit
It was, bro.
Yeah.
He had vertical. If I'm gonna be
He had
real
the
with you,
kisses,
he
yeah,
had
vertical.
vertical.
But he
I
didn't
was
kiss it, though.
both of them
Not
was
to get
vert,
that nigga
nigga.
seven.
That was
Just
Just
vert.
for being
That was
scared,
vert,
nigga.
my nigga. I
It's the
ain't
dunk
gonna lie.
contest and you scared. You better go out, hit your head on the ring.
All of them,
Yeah. What's your
And I'm mad that they had
Yeah.
D over there on the announcement panel or whatever the fuck.
No.
Nigga was damn near there though, bro. Like,
He was up there, bro. He was up there. He got scared. He said,
No, he said,
So you want to see this nigga just straight just
I
blood,
thought
blood.
Cassius was gonna win personally, bro.
He came out. I mean, his first.
That
verse
was
cool.
hard, nigga.
They just
It was
said
low
second
key
one.
hard if you paid attention. You ain't paid attention.
I got a popular opinion, bro. Can they stop wearing like the all nigga jerseys? Cause they don't even do the dunks right.
They don't. He didn't even do it. He didn't even bring it. He didn't even
He
bring it
didn't
down.
go
Like, but my
Like,
nigga, I
none
seen.
of
I was
niggas
upset. I was upset.
Like,
Hey, hold up. I got a question for y'all. All
It
right.
better be good, though. What?
Are prenups a requirement for marriage?
We had this conversation, but in my personal opinion,
I
yes.
think I'm gonna get the prenup.
I'm gonna do it. It don't mean I love you any less. It's just I know that you feel me. Love after you feel me, a divorce ain't no love no more. I don't.
But
know.
I feel like if you feel like you gotta get a prenup with somebody,
Shut up. No,
you feel me?
I don't even want to hear the rest of your conversation, bro. What? No,
I'm playing devil advocate here,
No,
but I'm feeling
bro.
like.
I'm playing that.
no.
You know what, bro? I
No.
feel like I'm gonna be the nigga who's gonna be engaged for at least 5 years, 6 years.
I think I'm gonna just have a girlfriend for the rest of my life.
Is that something? Is there something wrong with that, bro? Is there something wrong with being engaged for a long time? Like I mean,
There is no time.
I'm ready to get married, but not just yet. You know what I mean? Like you mine, but not just
I
yet.
feel like she might have a problem with that though. She gonna be like, damn, nigga, like what's taking you so long?
If she said yes, she don't got a fucking problem. And if she say she got a problem after she said yes, she's stupid.
I mean, is there a time limit? You're supposed to
No.
get married right after you get engaged?
It ain't no-
Right after.
I don't think it's
Like
a
at
time.
least a couple months.
For
I
real?
think that's how my brother did it.
Nah, you gotta, cause you gotta plan the wedding now.
What if your finances
I think
ain't
it's
right?
like
What if
a
I
year.
gotta stack my
It
dogs?
depends what type of
What
wedding
you want
you
to
want
get?
though. Not everybody trying to do the.
Well, the wedding really ain't for you, my nigga. If I'm gonna keep it,
Nigga, the wedding is for me.
It's not.
Hell
If
no.
I ain't up
If you
there,
got that
what the
mindset, nigga,
fuck?
you gonna have a long
The wedding not-
What the fuck am I getting married for?
Nah, the
What am I getting married for?
That is not for you.
What am I getting married for?
She gonna
That's
pick out
just
the
leave it
colors,
up
the
to the
beads,
That's it, man. That's
the
it.
napkins.
All that's for
Everything-
you is the proposal.
No,
like that whole
that's
proposal.
all
I'm gonna go stupid at the proposal. Like, yeah,
Let's
nigga.
something here,
Yeah.
bro.
After
The
that,
marriage is for both of us.
Yeah, the bachelor's party.
Let's clarify
That's
something
all
here,
the
bro.
proposal,
The
that's
marriage
for you.
is for both man and woman.
Nah,
The
Y'all come
excitement.
together.
Listen,
Y'all come together.
The excitement
Uh-huh.
and everything that comes with the wedding.
So you
for the
picking out
women,
flowers,
bro.
you picking out napkins. And,
But you grown with the bitch. So why? I mean, she telling you to come with
She
her.
ain't a bitch.
Why she gotta be a bitch?
Okay, but
This your
fuck,
wife you're talking about.
damn,
This your
bro.
wife you're talking
Y'all
about.
just made me mad because nigga, you like. Why do you want me to go pick out the
I'm
cake?
just saying, are you gonna be okay with picking out? You be like, yeah, we pick out the cake today. Like, no, I'm not tripping.
I mean, yes.
I don't even
Yes,
like
fuck
cake.
I
It's
am,
alright.
bro.
I got some brownies.
I don't
some
like
pizza,
cake
but
either.
I'm okay.
But nigga, this is the rest of my life. So
You're not.
At the end of the day, her word go. You could be like, nah, like,
No.
at the end of the day, her shit go, because it's her wedding.
Okay, so you want to say you wanted the big one and she wanted the small one.
You
What
know,
What do you think you're doing now?
I feel like y'all just living in the past. Y'all better make your own fucking resume and schedules
Bro,
and shit.
women have been thinking
This
about
nigga
their
said
wedding
resume.
since they was kids. When have you? Did you think about your wedding as a kid?
I thought about marrying a
Hell
bitch,
no.
yeah, but not my wedding. You
Okay.
see what I'm saying?
They thought about
think
their
about
wedding.
the day. Marriage
That's
is the
free.
both of us. They're just thinking about the day and everything that comes with it, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. That's for them. That ain't for you.
But what the fuck?
It's a
I'm
moment for both
doing?
of y'all, but it's like that's really for her, bro. Like she
Oh my
taking
God.
pride. in it.
So I'm just dancing and smiling off her face? No,
No, I'm
nigga.
not saying that, but that whole
So
that
if
whole
that's-
production, that was
Nigga,
her.
if that shit
That
is
wasn't you.
really real, but if everything you doing is really real, bruh, and authentic, that's for the both of y'all.
Well, yeah, you gonna be there, but I guarantee you, after sitting there for 2-3 hours, you're like, bro, just pick the motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're not sitting. I promise you, bro. That don't even sound fun, bro.
That's right.
If it's chocolate, I want it. Okay,
That's
if
right.
it match everything else, let's do
You
that.
like that?
Well, okay, cool, bro. Like, I just know myself too much to be like, bro, yeah, the day is for
That's
both
right.
of y'all.
I'm not tripping
Then
too
we're not
much off
fucking
what
getting
type
married.
of...
We're not getting married. Sorry, future wife. We're not fucking getting married. If I can't have fun in the marriage, we're not getting
But she's
married.
not saying you can't have fun. That's just her day.
The wedding
Nigga,
day for y'all.
if it's not my day too, then we're not fucking getting
Nigga,
married.
ask Marquise if he actually had fun doing all that shit.
He sure fucking did.
No, he didn't.
You nigga look at the fucking video all the fucking time.
No, the wedding day he had fun.
Nigga look
But
at the wedding video all the time.
Nigga, the
Like he was the bride.
his brother.
How much is a wedding? Like 10,000?
Man, it's money. If you do like,
But my
I would want some type of say then. You feel me? If we spending...
Bro, you know what's crazy? My
I
mom
don't
said she
care,
not even
bro.
paying for my wedding.
You wait.
That was the
Hey,
crazy part.
Who's supposed
You
to pay?
supposed-
Who's supposed to? Yeah, who's
She
supposed
did,
to
my
pay?
mom- my
You-
mom
you-
got
you-
the
Parents
It's my
are
brother
supposed to
wedding.
pay. You're supposed to put in.
It's
and
the
parents
other
are
parents.
supposed
It's
to-
the other parents.
It's her parents.
It's
or
her
it's
parents or something like that.
Bro.
It's her parents, I think.
So then it's our day for
Yeah,
sure.
you really ain't getting no
What the
say.
fuck?
No. I mean, did y'all think I was gonna agree with y'all on that?
I'm just saying, bro. Like, I mean, I can't wait for your day because I'ma just laugh.
Yeah,
because I'ma
we
just
got
be
turned
there.
up.
But I'ma just don't hit the group chat talking about nigga. We over here doing this. We over here doing this. Oh, you over
Nigga,
here
what?
doing this.
Nigga, I'm doing
like,
pictures.
nigga, what are you here?
Today we doing the cake. We doing the cake. You know,
Nigga,
we might go look at some dresses today. I don't know what we doing, but just stay tuned.
Nigga,
That's
you
how
can't
we
look
go.
at dresses with her, bro.
I don't give a fuck. I'm doing it all. Nigga, what the fuck, nigga? I'm doing everything I can. I'm enjoying that. It's the rest of my life I'm giving to you. I'm finna enjoy the process.
Enjoy the day.
I'm enjoying the whole process, bro. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I'm gonna be there for the process, but I'm not about to sit here and say I'm about to wake up and be happy as hell.
Nigga, if I hate the process, why am I getting married to you? To be honest.
Have you seen what really go on in a wedding, my nigga? Like that is a
Nigga,
whole
I have-
production
I
for
have
an
that
hour and a
process,
half. For an hour
I was
and
a
a
part of
half.
the
And
wedding.
you got rehearsal.
It's nigga whole
Nigga,
rehearsal.
rehearsal be fun. What is they talking about?
Cause that's your family. Of course, that part is fun. I'm talking about the whole pre-shit.
Like,
Like
should be stressful.
Picking out the
They be looking
venue.
stressed out.
All the...
what?
Yeah.
That whole, especially that day. That whole day stressful as hell.
Oh,
'Cause
no,
one thing
I
going
think
on-
my brother had fun. Hey, if you ever
Yes,
watched this,
he had
in the
fun.
comments, say if you had fun or not. I think you did.
He had fun at the wedding. I get Marquise.
He had fun the whole process.
Answer this to me in private, but did you actually have fun
In private.
planning this motherfucker? I don't think you did. Me personally. I don't think you will.
Jazz, I hope you don't watch this, because if you watch this, then he feel like
I'll
your
probably-
husband didn't have fun.
No. Then don't tell him
That's
to
what
watch
you
this.
said.
Tell him don't watch this episode,
Nope.
bro. That's all I'm saying.
Damn,
That's all I'm saying.
Nope, too late.
Well, I
That's
think,
too late, bro.
I think that's a good way to wrap it up right there, man. That's another episode of We Talking Facts, man.
Get
We're
outta
gonna
here,
see
man.
y'all next week. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, all the shit. And yeah, because we talking fucking facts.